And today we going to know about most fascinating facts about Kunlun Mountains. It is located in China. It constitutes one of the longest mountain chains in Asia, extending for more than 3,000 kilometers. Elevation of 7,167 meter. And located on border of Gobi Desert. From the Pamirs of Tajikistan, the Kunlun Mountains run east along the border between Xinjiang and Tibet Autonomous Regions to the Sino-Tibetan Ranges in Qinghai Province. They stretch along the southern edge of what is now called the Tarim Basin. A number of important rivers flow from the range, including the Karakash River and the Urungkash River. Starting off with number 10 with the origin of the name Kunlun. Kunlun is originally the name of a mythical mountain believed to be a Taoist paradise. The first to visit this paradise was, according to the legends, King Mu of the Zhou dynasty. He supposedly discovered there the Jade Palace of the Yellow Emperor. Coming on the number 9 is the Volcanoes. Kunlun volcanic group includes over 70 volcanic cones form the Kunlun volcanic group. They are not volcanic mountains, but cones. As such, they are not counted among the world volcanic mountain peaks. The group, however, musters the heights of 5,808 meters above sea level. If they were considered volcanic mountains, they would constitute the highest volcano in Asia and China, and second highest in the Eastern Hemisphere. Over the number 8 is the Lord of the Rain. Yu Shai, a Chinese spirit or god of rain, also known as the Lord of Rain, is thought to have his dwelling place upon the Kunlun slopes. During the reign of Shennong, a certain Chusongzi performed a rain-making ceremony which successfully ended a terrible drought, leading to his promotion to Yu Shai, Master of Rain. Indian mythology has same concept of Indra. Coming over the number 7 is the holy rivers in Kunlun. 4 rivers were sometimes said to flow out of Kunlun Mountain. The Red River, the Yellow River, the Black River, and the Yang River. A 5th river was said to flow around the base of Kunlun, which rose in a way which was particularly steep and hard to climb. This weak river at the base of Kunlun flowed with a liquid so lacking in density that not even a feather could float upon it. This was a major obstacle, since it could neither be swum or floated over on a vessel. However, this was an obstacle routinely overcome by those practiced in the way of magic. On number 6 is the connection to the Meru. The Kunlun became identified with Mount Sumeru by Indian mythologies. It is the sacred 5-peaked mountain of Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist cosmology. This Mount Sumeru is also known as Meru. That Meru mountain which is used in churning of ocean in Indian mythology. It is said that after use of mountain it is established in there, presently in Kunlun. But there are some other beliefs that it's in the Indonesia and Sumeru is the tip of the Meru mountain. The Meru mountain height was 84,000 yajns equals to 10,81,080 kilometers. One theories state that in order to stabilize Earth, Tridev cut mountain into half, putting both half into opposite direction. Which claims one half is Kailash and other half is in Indonesia. It also have Wikipedia page, if you want to check, I will drop link in description below. Coming on to number 5 are Shamans. According to the Shanhaijing, the top of Kunlun is the habitation of shamans. Shamans are wizard or sorcerer. They are not as their English counterparts, witches, warlocks, which have misleading connotations. They were good for people and use spells for good cause. Depicting one of shamans, Wu Peng holding the herb of immortality there, and they live in company of 5 other shamans called Siva Harish. Complete meaning of shamans is a person regarded as having access to, and influence in, the world of good and evil spirits, especially among some peoples of Northern Asia and North America. Typically such people enter a trance state during a ritual and practice divination and healing. Over the number 4 is Kunlun Mountain Fist. It's Kunlun's own type of martial arts resembles Kung Fu. Kunlun Mountain Fist originate in the Kunlun Mountains. This is very rare martial arts with very less known teachers around globe. It has many few master is Asia region. But in Western region, last known teacher was in Indianapolis. Shifu Jason Bot taught this style along with Wudang styles, but he died in 1997 and left no clear successor. Coming on number 3 are Nuwa and Fuxi. Fuxi and Nuwa's marriage took place on the mountain of Kunlun. Generally held to be brother and sister, and the last surviving human beings after a catastrophic flood, the incest taboo was waived by an explicit sign after prayerful questioning of a divine being who approved their marriage and thus the repopulation of the world. A flood myth is a myth in which a great flood, usually sent by a deity or deities, destroys civilization, often in an act of divine retribution. Parallels are often drawn between the flood waters of these myths and the primeval waters which appear in certain creation myths, as the flood waters are described as a measure for the cleansing of humanity in preparation for rebirth. Most flood myths also contain a culture hero who represents the human craving for life. The flood myth motif occurs in many cultures as seen in the Mesopotamian flood stories, Pralaya in Hinduism, the Gunyu in Chinese mythology, Deucalion and Pura in Greek mythology, the Genesis flood narrative, Bergelmer in Norse mythology, the arrival of the first inhabitants of Ireland with Cessair in Irish mythology, the lore of the Kitchen Maya peoples in Mesoamerica, the Lac Cordérés Ojibwe tribe of Native Americans in North America, the Muisca and Canary Confederation in South America, Africa, and some Aboriginal tribes in Australia. Coming on number 2 is Axismundi. The term Axismundi means the connection between heaven and earth. Also called as cosmic axis, world pillar, center of the world tree, and it was greatly extended to refer to any mythological concept representing or the higher and lower realms. Plants often serve as images of the Axismundi. The image of the cosmic tree provides an axis symbol that unites three planes: sky, branches, earth, trunk, underworld, roots. Many religions have their own myths on door to heaven. For Chinese, it's Kunlun Mountains. Like for Hindus, it's Mount Kailash. For Japanese, it's Mount Fuji. Finally, on the number 1 is the plant of immortality. In myths, flora in Kunlun is so special because Kunlun and its environs is in keeping with the rest of its natural and supernatural qualities, which includes pearl and jade trees. And others are the tree of immortality and tree grain, the last of which was 40 feet in height and 5 spans in thickness. Peaches are often associated with Zhuangmu. The langan was a tree of fairy gems in colors of blue or green, which was reported to grow on Kunlun in the classic books of the Zhou and early Han dynasties. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching our video.